Good evening, friends, and welcome to yet another very interesting session. The whole nation is, very, very pissed off at the way, the cowards of Pakistan, the ISI army, or rather the terrorist, right? I would call them the ISI army, in fact, because the kind of training which these rascals, carried out, uh,
They
and
are stooges.
they're stooges, right? And they are, I'm sure, reporting to Asim Munir, the head of ISI. And Asim Munir must have planned this, way months back, right? And this is, the way Pakistan does things. And you have all the Bollywood actors and actresses, being very silent. In the way they were, we feel sympathetic towards, these people, towards, and this things should not happen. But they didn't mention the word Islamic, or they didn't mention the word, Pakistani. So these two words, none of the actors mentioned in their condemnation. So these are very big points to be noted, friends. And this is how all the film actors in India, they will not openly attack Pakistan, and that's a proven fact. Welcome, Manjeet. Welcome, Dhanashri. Welcome, Meera. So yes, welcome, Fennel. I mean, the whole blood is boiling of each and every Indian as to how this, incident happened, this horrible incident. And right now, Modi ji is taking a lot of diplomatic steps of, cutting the Indus water supply and all those things. So we'll be talking about that, as well as the fact that Vaani Kapoor's film has been, it's not going to be released in India. So that's a very, very big win. And we'll be talking about this and many other news. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, Jeta. Welcome, Meera, Leena, Fenan, Anashri. Welcome to all of you. And Meera says, I don't understand why India wants Pakistani artists. And Manjit says, they are silent because nobody died from their family. Absolutely. And Vinny says, a very good evening, ma'am and Jaidev, after a very long time. And Helena says Hamas and Lakshar had met inside Pakistan Republic TV showing it. They wanted to repeat October 7th, 2023 attack. And Deepak says, where is Amaki Thali's loud mouth during this time? When one should speak up for the right reasons, she should pack her bags and move to Pakistan. It is not only, Thaliwali Mami, but also her Lambuji, who don't care a damn about India. The same thing with all the actors, whether it's Mohanlal or Prithviraj. In fact, Prithviraj also started giving lip service to this event when he was the ISIS terrorist in the movie Emperor, and he was, spreading negative vibes through his movie. So let us not believe these film world. They are the most cowardly race who make money, and this money is pumped into terrorism, drugs, everything that's negative. Yeah, back to you, Jeff.
Yeah, so friends, coming to the first piece of news, and as we all know, this whole incident is, has the whole nation boiling, and Indian intelligence agencies have traced the digital footprints of the Pahalgam attackers to safe houses in Muzaffarabad and Karachi, establishing Pakistan's hand in the attacks and indicating the use of a remote control room, much like the one that was used in 26/11 Mumbai attacks. Highly placed officials directly involved in the investigation said at least 26 Indian tourists, all men and mostly Hindu, were targeted by the terrorists on Tuesday, and it was one of the worst attacks after 26/11. And also, our intelligence intercepts such as a direct link with operatives based in Pakistan. So the digital footprint has been, tracked, and India has suspended the Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan after this incident. So Modi ji is taking, some steps, and also the Pakistani people in India have to go back immediately, right? So all these diplomatic steps are being taken by the Modi ji government. But right now, people want some offensive action. So what will that action be? And will Modi ji, you take it? So
yeah.
In the coming few days, we will be seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Jaidev, I just want you to show the picture of this lady that I've sent you just now. And I would like to narrate her, incident that happened in, in Kashmir. Now, this girl, called Aarti. Now I've sent you the picture, Jaydev, if you can show it, her and her father. Now Aarti, the daughter of N. Ramachandran, the Kochi native who was killed in Pahalgam terror attack, has revealed chilling details of the incident. She recounted how the group fled into the forest upon hearing gunshots, only for her father to be shot dead by terrorists right before her eyes. They told everyone to lie down. The attackers approached each group, asked something, and then opened fire. When they reached our group, they asked for something. I think it was Kalima, a religious phrase. They asked twice. When we said we didn't know, they shot my father in front of us, said Aarti. The funeral of N. Ramachandran will take place on Friday. Public homage will be held at the Changambura Park from 7 to 9:30. The cremation will be conducted at the NSS Karyayugam crematorium in Edapalli. Now, this girl, when she says these, tears comes to your eye. She says that we heard gunshots from a nearby area. Realizing it was a terror attack, everyone started running in panic. My father, my mother, my children, and I ran together. We hid for about 2 minutes behind a small structure that looked like a toilet. I tried calling from my phone, but there was no network. We then crawled through a fence and ran into a grassland in the middle of the forest. That's where one of the terrorists confronted us, where he fired a shot in the air. We were paralyzed with fear. My father, children, and I stayed on one side, while others were on the opposite side. We were split into separate groups. The attacker moved from group to group, asking something and then shooting them. He told us all to lie down. So we lay flat on the ground. When he came to us, he asked a word, maybe Kalma or Kalima. He asked it twice. When we replied that we didn't know, he shot my father in front of us. I immediately held my father, and the attacker pointed the gun at my head. At that moment, my kids screamed. Then the attacker lowered the gun and walked away. Realizing that my father was no more, I took the kids and ran. We kept running for about an hour to escape. We saw 2 terrorists. Only one of them came near us. We didn't know how many of them were there in total. While escaping, we followed the hoof marks of horses. Somewhere along the way, my phone began to work, and I got the network. I contacted our driver, and within 10 minutes, the army reached us. Locals and the government extended all possible support and gave us shelter. My mother only learnt about my father's death after reaching home, said Aarti. So you can imagine the kind of horror this woman faced, when her father was killed right in front of her eyes, and her mother did not even know. So this is the kind of, they have no bombs, they have absolutely nothing, they have no feelings. They are all brainwashed by the Pakistani army to behave like, they are all clones. They're all people who are just meant to kill. See, because these people are all very poor. The terrorists are actually very poor. They are trained and given a lot of money, to create havoc of this sort. Yes, back to you, Jeff.
Yeah, so now Ajit Doval and Modi ji and Amit Shah, I'm sure that there's something cooking inside, and we will soon be hearing some news like a surgical strike very soon. This is what I anticipate, at least in my opinion, in the coming few days, at least in Pakistan. And Pakistan has heightened the security in their side as well. So they are very much afraid and nervous. Shehbaz Sharif and also Asim Munir must be very, very nervous. So they are very, very nervous right at the moment, because they know that India's capabilities, and it is no longer Manmohan Singh, but it is Modi ji. When 26/11
and also,
happened,
and also Jaidev, don't forget, and now Leena is also pointing out to that, a 2-year-old child was shot dead with his grandfather. Which human being, not even an animal, will kill a child? So you can understand the kind of ethics and values these people have. And suddenly you have a whole bunch of Pakistani actors sympathizing with us. We don't want your sympathy. We don't want you to interact with you at all, is my answer to these people, whether it is all these top TV stars or not. We don't care 2 hoots for you. We care for our people. So let's just take some more comments. I think comments coming in. Dhanashri says, not just Vaani Kapoor, but Salman, SRK, Amir, and Toilet Kumar. We're talking about Canadian Kumar should be boycotted. Not a single Bollywood celebrity has condemned Pakistan. A 2-year-old child was shot dead with his grandfather. Welcome, Gloria. And Minakshi also, welcome. Thank you for joining us and always supporting us. Fennel says, felt so sad and helpless looking at the bodies of these innocent people and with no fault of theirs. There should be no more peace talks. This must stop. And Lena says, naval officer, IB officer, how did the terrorists know intelligence? Yes, absolutely. This is all information has been given from inside India, from Kashmir, from Hindus and others who are supporting this. And it will be the opposition leaders, opposition parties for sure. They will be having a hand in this. There is no doubt about that. All these people who are traveling abroad and talking bad about India, all of them have something to do with this. So this has to be probed very deeply because this has been a very huge lapse. And Fennel says in this country, only the good and innocent people suffer immensely. Sad and bitter truth. And Mahia says, Minaji, may East Bengal from ex-Muslim. Okay. The tour guides and companies, this is the question I've been asking from the beginning. They need to be questioned as to why these innocent tourists were sent to this so-called tourist location, which had absolutely nothing. No, you can't speak on the phone. There were no internet links. It was a trap for them to be killed. And they could not go anywhere. They had to be on foot. So this is something that these people will have to be, even if they have to be tortured, they have to be, the truth has to come out. These people do not have ethics or morals. The lady who lost her husband just within 6 days of her marriage, yes, this is just so pathetic. And Milburn says this is a cult of death. They even kill their own demons in flesh. During Farooq Abdullah's time, Kashmiri Pandit's genocide occurred. Now, son is CM and this has. And do you think that they have any sad feelings? Nothing. They are so used to this. They are rigid just like notorious animals. Yes, back to you.
Yeah, so even the CM Omar Abdullah has to be questioned as to, is this a security lapse? Right? It's a huge security lapse, no doubt about it. And I'm sure that there are local Kashmiris in that area who
absolutely
must have given full support. They have been planning for so many months before.
Yes, and this is a point. This is a point that Leena has made, which is very, very important. 4 Kerala High Court judges left before that attack. They were extremely at that spot. So who gave them the warning is the question. Because now I don't trust judiciary at all. After Judge Verma's, being found with so much of cash in his house, I do not trust the judiciary. So when 4 Kerala High Judge courts, court judges left before the attack, they were extremely at that spot, which means how come they left the spot? How come the others did not leave the spot? This is a very, very valid question. Kashmiri youth are being inducted into the Indian Army. What guarantee these people will not leak information to Pakistan for sure without local support? This incident wouldn't have happened. Yes, back to you.
Yeah, so the important thing is the security and the intelligence, they have to be working overtime in the case of India. And I'm sure that, Ajit Doval has a very good plan to, increase the security of the borders as well as, give a befitting reply to Pakistan. So we will see. We'll keep you updated as things progress in this particular case. So, friends, coming to the next piece of news, and as all of you know, that Bollywood is very big fans of the Pakistani actors and actresses, and because there's not enough actors in India, right? That Bollywood has to cast Pakistani actors. So right now, this time it is Vaani Kapoor, acting opposite this Pakistani guy. His name is Fawad Khan. And Fawad Khan film Abir Gulal will not be released in India. A source close to the Ministry of INB of India has revealed that the film, which has Vaani Kapoor in the lead, will not hit theaters in India. And so apparently the landscape shifted dramatically before, in its aftermath, prominent bodies like the Indian Motion Pictures Producers Association and All India Cine Workers Association announced a ban on Pakistani artists from participating in Indian cinema. Although the Bombay High Court dismissed the petition in 2023 that called a formalized ban, industry sources maintain that an unofficial freeze on collaborations with Pakistani talent has persisted since 2016. So it is high time that this ban is permanent on any Pakistani talent coming from Pakistan, be it anything like actor, actress, music singer. But right now, the producers and directors of this particular Indian film has the guts to cast this Pakistani no good actor in this film, in Indian film, right? So they must be having some ulterior motives, right? Otherwise, why would they search for talent outside India? There's so much of talent inside India. So there seems to be a very big ulterior motive for the producers and directors of this particular film. No doubt about that. Yes.
Yeah. So meanwhile, okay, Fennel says, Meenaji, do you think that after this attack, will our fellow Indian brothers and sisters go to Kashmir for vacation? See, to tell you the truth, Fennel, Kashmir is a part of India. Okay, and we should be allowed to travel in any part of our country freely without these monsters coming and shooting us. But these monsters are being aided by people within the country and outside. So this has to be curtailed first. We have been fighting tooth and nail that Bollywood is closely connected and they have to be, first monitored. But what is happening? They are taking photo ops with these, Bollywood people and giving them so much of importance that they think on the side they can also fund the terrorists. They don't care because they think that the ruling government is taking, kissy photos with them. So that's all hunky dory. So why can't we do that also and do mujra also for their weddings? Only when you are strict and you start putting rules that you cannot make these Rohi movies. You cannot instigate our youth to take to these negative content that they are pushing, whether it's Zempuran or whether it is My Name is Khan, anything that these people push. There has to be a strict guideline that you cannot talk about our country, because we stand together and we want our country to be united. We don't want traitors. We don't want cowards. Now, see, if you look at the, if you look at the Pakistan, scene, now Pakistani celebrities including Fawad Khan, Maura Khan, Farhan Saeed, Hania Amir, and others are now they're crying crocodile tears. And, over the incident on Wednesday, Hania got trolled for a reaction to the incident that killed 26 people, including 2 foreigners and 2 locals. Hania shared the story on Instagram, and within no time, netizens slammed her for her post. In a post by Dawn, Hania's reaction was shared with a screenshot and explained what happened at the Baisaram Valley on Tuesday. Now, netizens claimed that Hania wanted to grab a Bollywood deal. In another post shared by Galaxy Lollywood, was captioned as Hania Amir mourns the loss of innocent lives in Pahalgam attack, stating that we are one in pain, grief, and hope. Now, one user wrote, "Taxi trying for Bollywood." Another commented, "Lol, dying for Indian films." So now I really don't understand, especially since yesterday also I commented on it. There are many actors who are, trying to make, a foray into Bollywood, and Bollywood is encouraging them. So that means that our people are working with these Deshdrahis. And on top of this list, yesterday we had spoken about it in full detail. The film scene is infested with traitors. And Fernand says, yes, very true. We need strict guidelines in our country so we can go freely wherever we want. And as you know, India suspends visas for all Pakistani nationals, orders them to leave by April 27th. And Vinny says, not a word spoken by any of the Bollywood, shame on them. The Kashmiri people were shedding crocodile tears. It's only because of their livelihood. They have lost everything. Now, very important is another point that I'd like to make, and that is we should also boycott their serials. We should also boycott their songs. We should boycott because India is the largest market for Pakistani serials and Pakistani songs and Pakistani singers. The moment we hit their economy, they will, come down on their knees. And that is what India needs. Very tough measures. We do not want soft talk. Yeah, back to you, Jen.
Yeah, so coming to the next piece of news, and it's quite shocking that this is also another very disappointing thing that this actress called Iman Ismail. I think you talked about this yesterday, that she is acting opposite Prabhas, Telugu actor, and she's from Karachi, daughter of a Pakistani military officer. So can you believe this? I mean, it is high time the intelligence agencies in India is keeping a track on all these activities, right? So this is very, very shocking that in several, not only Bollywood, that even in South Indian film industry, all these things are happening, right? So I mean, high time all these films are boycotted left and right, and action is taken against the producers and directors of that particular film. So welcome, Dhanashri, welcome, Leena. Boycott their shops, their business stop employ them. Yes, mostly travel agents and tour operators in Maharashtra are boycotting Kashmir. Yes, boycott their designers also. So also one more thing, friends, don't forget the fact that Modi ji, he did a lot of things in the economic development of Kashmir Valley, and the people in Kashmir Valley were prospering because tourism increased, so much, and there was a lot of economic activity in Kashmir. And so it was a direct reflection of Modi ji's success story. So Pakistan wanted to hit at this particular success story. And so when they chose a very opportune time when Modi ji was in Saudi Arabia and JD Vance came to India. So this was a time that they were planning so many months before, and I'm sure that they had a lot of support from inside India, and that is for sure. Whether it is the political parties or whether it is the local people inside that particular valley, for sure that they have had a lot of planning and support from the people. And so the intelligence agencies in India, they have to be more and more alert. They have to maybe upgrade their intelligence network inside India, or even the technologies which they have. So this is something which is very, very, it should be needed as soon as possible. Yes.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, coming to the Khans, and it seems that Amir Khan is also, a bit, jittery at the moment. And what exactly is Amir Khan, planning? So Amir Khan is, he's also he does not have any hope in the Bollywood industry. And Amir Khan also is going to vacate his Bandra house, apparently. As per the details, he is going to vacate his Bandra house. And as all of you know, that Saif Ali Khan is, bought a house in Qatar, right? So maybe he is also shifting to Qatar, Saif Ali Khan. And in Amir Khan's case, the real estate developer MICL is launching an ultra luxury project in Pali Hill this year. As per details shared by MICL Group, the real estate group will build luxurious 4 BHK and 5 BHK flats with a sea view. And so let's see if, what is really happening with the Khans. They seem to be very, very jittery at the moment. Yes. And let him migrate to Qatar like Saif. The so-called right-wing people are blaming the Indian security forces, the services. Yes. You're on mute.
So this thing was planned in perfect detail, very meticulously, and this had support from insiders in India. Okay, the very same people we have been talking about right from the start, because the people who have kept quiet don't seem to be shocked. Okay, it was as though they expected it, as in the judges who left at the right time. Right. So this is a very pre-planned thing where people were taken like lambs to an area where there was no security and there was no way they could take any vehicle and escape. They had to walk on foot. So they were actually taken to be butchered. And in front of children, their parents, the father was killed. And don't let us talk about, this Muslim Hindu thing. It is these people are being supported by our very own people, and these are Hindus as well. Okay, and very much the opposition had to answer how these people got so much information and so much of confidence to do such a dastardly deed. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. when Milburn says, when these guys commit heinous crimes, why does their common sense not tell them that it cannot be for God? And Shobha says this perfectionist wants to make film or Mahabharata. Maybe Sushant's spirit haunting him, so he wants to vacate. And Gloria says the midget's ex-wife was afraid of living in India. Why do they leave? They are not wanted here. This is what we told you yesterday, Gloria, that Saif Ali Khan is going to has already bought a house in Qatar in the St. Regis area, which is the most posh area in Qatar. These people are always saying that they are scared and they are safe in Arab countries. Why the hell are they here in our countries? Is the question. We do not want them. We want law-abiding citizens here. We want people who respect every religion, every caste, every this thing, whether it's small or big. We don't want such people in our country. And the gall of certain journalists, like Sabha Lakshmi, she's actually saying that, see, now once will understand when he came with family that everything is not hunky and dory in India. What is she implying? That they can also be killed? Is that what she meant? How can these people be allowed to even walk free? Just for that one tweet, she should be jailed. Deepak says, let the Khans relocate after all. They didn't they say they found Bharat very intolerant? I'm sure they will find the Arab nations very tolerant, saying, have your cake and eat it too. Seriously, Amir Khan is going to make a movie on Mahabharata. It's going to be a super flop. Why to distort our history and culture? Why doesn't he talk about his own book, his own religion? Look at the clothes their wives put on, exposing their body. They should go to Afghanistan instead of Qatar. So this is something that, friends, it's been, it's been haunting us. This terrible incident has been haunting us. It could be any one of us who were in that situation. Look at the way these people have behaved. And then everybody is quiet and silent, expecting one Modi to fight for this or one Amit Shah to fight for this. Don't we need to stand with our leaders? Isn't that the question? He's been doing so much for us. Have we stood with him and our country? We need to stand as one hand and condemn these people. Yes, Jay.
So friends, that's all the news for today, and we will be back tomorrow again, and we'll keep you updated regarding this and much more. Until then, Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram.